Saudi Arabia's ruling royal family has a total asset of about $1.4 trillion, which is multiple times more than that of the British regal family. From gold-studded super yachts and personal luxury planes and royal residences to furniture made of gold, the illustrious family even uses tissue paper culled from gold-plated tissue dispensers. Hi there and welcome to Luxio, where we bring you a sneak peek at the lifestyle of the rich and famous. If you're new here, click that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you won't miss out on more of our awesome videos. Today, we are going to check out one of the wealthiest families in the world. Specifically, the ruler of Saudi Arabia, Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud. We'll dive into his expensive properties, his rise to power, and the controversies that surround him. The ruling monarchy draws the majority of its pay from huge oil reserves that were established 75 years ago, changing the nation's fortune and making the House of Saud the most extravagant family on the planet. Their wealth of $1.4 trillion belongs to almost 15,000 regal relatives who live in luxurious palaces. Their state-owned oil company, Saudi Aramco, which is among the world's most significant and beneficial organizations, established the foundation of the rambling regal family's fortune. King Salman is one of the prominent members of the House of Saud, the ruling family of Saudi Arabia that can be followed back to the 1700s. The family procured practically all of their gigantic wealth from oil. To this day, they're bringing in cash from it still. King Salman was one of the 45 children brought into the world of Ibn Saud, the first ruler of Saudi Arabia. From the beginning, he carried on with an existence of extravagance. One of the Sudairi 7 children of his dad's favorite spouse, he was one of the most regarded kids in the illustrious family. He was brought up in Murabba Palace, a noticeable castle outside of modern-day Riyadh. The palace has 2 stories with 32 rooms, serving quarters, rich yards, decorative carvings, and at the time the only power source and phones in Saudi Arabia. King Salman went to class to get extensive education. However, he didn't go to any regular school. His dad, the king, made a school called the Prince's School. It was made only for his children and the offspring of significant businessmen. At the time when he turned 19, King Salman landed his first position in the kingdom. In 1954, he became the deputy governor. Then in 1963, he became the provincial governor, which lasted for a considerable length of time. During that time, he helped develop Riyadh from a small desert town into one of the most progressive cities that it is today. He administered the structure of shopping centers, museums, and extravagant businesses to attract many wealthy tourists into the city. During this time, he was resolute about creating sound connections with Europe in the West, which further balanced out Riyadh monetarily. As time passed, his role just grew. In 2011, he turned into the subsequent Deputy Prime Minister and the Minister of Defense. The latter would bring controversy to his power. That power just turned out to be more dubious when he became king in 2015. After the death of his more established sibling in 2015, he requested the bombing of Yemen after the illustrious family in Yemen escaped the city to get away from an uprising. During this time, Saudi Arabia submitted various atrocities against Yemen, counting the annihilation of a camp that housed regular citizens dislodged by war. Group bombs were utilized and altogether over 100,000 regular people were killed in that battle. That being said, most analysis for the ruling family is coordinated at one individual, King Salman's son, Prince Mohammed bin Salman. Even Prince Salman's ascent to control is defaced by debate. The previous crown prince, Naif, was eliminated from his place of power and replaced by Prince Salman. When he was replaced, he was put under house arrest, eliminated from all of his political positions, and stowed away from the general population for months. Since Prince Salman has risen to control, the most controversial was the homicide of Jamal Khashoggi. Jamal was a notable writer who had become progressively disparaging of the imperial family, specifically Prince Salman. Jamal was killed by Saudi Arabian authorities at the Saudi office in Istanbul. By 2018, the CIA established that Prince Salman had requested the homicide. That being said, nothing will happen to the killing. There will be no homicide accusations documented, and no pushback from the public, essentially because the family is so affluent. The state-possessed oil organization Saudi Aramco is the foundation of the royal family's fortune. Saudi Aramco is considered by quite a few people to be the most well-off organization on the planet by income. They have the world's second biggest crude oil reserves and the biggest daily oil production in the world. What's more, numerous individuals from the regal family have occupations and own shares of companies all over the planet. Now, let's explore King Salman's palaces. He has 4 castles in total at his disposal. Each is more extravagant than the last. The Al Yamama royal residence is shocking. A rambling bequest in Riyadh as the main living place of King Salman. It looks precisely as you would anticipate. The gigantic home has fancy marble floors with intricate geometrical carvings, costly silk rugs, and crystal chandeliers. Hand-painted wall panels are covered in gold, which, as it were, adds to the imperial feel of the structure. At Al-Oha royal residence and a more modest castle outside of Riyadh is similarly as majestic. The palace features hand-painted wall panels with conventional Arabic designs, antique furniture that costs more than most individuals' homes. The mosaic ground surface that has been painstakingly positioned sparkles all through the home and truly enumerates the sum of craftsmanship that went into making the royal residence. Maybe the most notable of every one of his palaces, Erga Palace is his newest, the greatest and the gaudiest out of every one of their homes. Silk rugs are present in each room. Important Italian marble coats each corridor, each assembly hall, and each restroom. Almost everything in the castle is plated, even the garbage bins are produced using strong silver. When Obama visited the royal residence during his administration, it was difficult to miss the solid gold tissue holder in the middle of the gold seats he and King Salman sat in. King Salman is known to have millions of dollars worth of property in London, yet every one of them is taken cover behind company names to conceal them from general society. King Salman wants the world to realize how rich he is. He was hitting the headlines in 2015 for purchasing the world's second most costly home, Chateau Louis IX. The chateau is worth $301 million and is just found outside of Versailles, which appears to be a little fitting planned in the style of French castles. The grounds cover 57 sections of land with lavish French nurseries, patios, tennis courts, and squash courts. The home itself is encircled by a canal filled with well springs. They can be worked using an app. The shade of the lights can be changed and the stature of the water can likewise be changed, meaning King Salman can plan his own Bellagio experience right in front of his yard. There's a tremendous infinity pool with a special jacuzzi. The home also has a meditation room that is under the moat. The meditation room has extravagant white lounge chairs and peaceful perspectives on koi and sturgeon swimming in the water all around. Normally, a royal residence of this size has a greater number of rooms than it needs. There are 10 rooms, all with an ostentatious Rococo flair with over 50,000 square feet. There is a lot of space for King Salman to engage in. There are modest bunches of assembly halls, banquet halls, and formal lounge areas, which are all trickling with the most costly chandeliers. When his royal duties become truly debilitating, Prince Salman can welcome his companions over to party in the house's club. The house is associated with a 3,000 bottle wine cellar. King Salman has purchased many noteworthy bits of workmanship. He purchased a Leonardo da Vinci artwork for $450 million. King Salman also had purchased the world's biggest and most costly yacht, Serene, for 500 million euros. The yacht has over 6 decks full of amenities that numerous 5-star hotels don't even have. There are many wet bars, lounging area, and formal sitting regions. Each engaging space has floor-to-ceiling windows, taking into consideration the dazzling views of the sea. It has even light fixtures hanging over the grand piano. There are 12 staterooms and enough space to convey 40 individuals on board. You can have a party in a serene saltwater swimming pool with a retractable glass room, known to be the only one on the planet. And off the pool, there is a luxurious spa area with a sauna. And would you believe that the most fascinating part of the yacht tower map is the indoor climbing wall, which adds to the high price tag? I find it fascinating how the wealthiest people on the planet spend their money. They could have everything beyond our imagination. Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel as well. Thank you for watching. Till next time.